Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We are back once again today checking in with Rekkles and K-Corp. There is definitely a lot of stuff to talk about. We actually haven't checked in with them since the last week of June, so we have a couple weeks worth of news, stories, and games in July. There is definitely some exciting stuff. There's some big stuff to talk about, but there is potentially some bad news for both Rekkles and his team that we need to address in this video today as well, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing. First up, I just wanted to say, hey, today is my 25th birthday, and I just wanted to say thank you guys all so much for everything over the past year. 24 was crazy. We've gotten to do so many cool, awesome things. You guys have made it just absolutely so sick in so many ways. I'm hoping that 25 will be, you know, a little bit bigger, a little bit better. We'll have to see. We're going to keep grinding, keep going hard. But I know some people ask me personal questions, how old I am, what's going on in my life, all that stuff. So I wanted to give you guys a little update, a little check-in. Today we have made it another year, so we'll see how this one goes. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So, like I said, last time we checked in with K-Corp, it was right after they had a loss to Game Ward. They had a big week coming up against Gamers Origin and Team BDS Academy. Obviously, as you can see here, they were able to take down Gamers Origin. In this game, Rekkles 5, 6, and 21 on Senna, which is kind of ridiculous. Cabochard 11 kills on the Renekton. Obviously, a very back and forth banger game with, what, 55 kills total. I mean, this one was just absolutely ridiculous. But K-Corp was able to pull it out. Obviously, not the cleanest victory, not the best victory in the world, but, you know, a win is a win, and that is desperately what K-Corp needs right now. But in the next matchup, they'd be going up against Team BDS Academy, and unfortunately, it would be another crazy game, another game with a lot of kills. 26 kills for BDS Academy, 16 for K-Corp. You can see these teams got to 83k and 75k gold, which means this game went long. This was another banger. And BDS Academies, they're a good team. You know, they got Reeker, Crownshot, Adam. They have some players on them. And K-Corp would unfortunately lose this one. Rekkles going 1-4-14 on the Senna. You know, back-to-back Senna games, neither one going that amazing. But Cabochard absolutely showing out in back-to-back games, 10-4-3 on the Jace. But 1-1-3, 2-8-6 on the Wukong. Hantera 0-6-4 on the Swain. Not really going to be good enough. So that would take them into the next week where they'd be playing against Mirage Elyandra and Solare, excuse me. But in this first game, K-Corp would be able to take down Mirage Elyandra. Rekkles coming back in a big way, going 8-1-5 on the Jhin. Cabochard 4-3-10, Seiken 5-2-9. A lot of good games for pretty much everybody there. 20-12 in kills. Still another big kill game on both sides. K-Corp kind of dying a lot, kind of getting into these scrappy, very fighty games, but a win is a win. And then they would have this game against Solare. This is their most recent game that we're catching up with, where unfortunately K-Corp would lose once again. 1-1-3, 6 deaths on the Viego. Hantera 7 deaths on the Rakan. Rekkles pulling out the Xayah, going 1-3-2, and it would not be enough. 22-9 was the score here. K-Corp kind of gets dominated. No Barons. They got 2 Dragons. They got 4 towers, but you can see 11 towers, 2 Barons, 3 Dragons, 3 inhibs. You know, Solare was just all over them. 7-0-7 from their Kalista, 6-2-12 from their Talia, 7-1-10 from Joko. And yeah, I mean, K-Corp right now, they just can't figure it out. They just cannot get on a win streak. Even when they're playing against some of these weaker teams, some of these, you know, teams that aren't super high up in the standings, it's just not going great. Rekkles has been good a lot of the times, but he's not having a lot of consistently great games. A lot of that is 80 carries, obviously a very team-reliant position. I think Hantera and 1-1-3 are still kind of big question marks. I think Seiken is not in the form that we saw him in EU Masters. I mean, when K-Corp made their EU Masters run in spring, it looked like Seiken was maybe the best mid laner in all of the ERLs. He went on a crazy run where he was in amazing form that he was not in for a lot of the spring split and has not been in for a lot of the summer split. I think Cabochard's still been good a lot. I still think Rekkles has been good a lot, but they haven't been good enough to make up for what's been going on in this team. And again, you are a team, and as a team, K-Corp simply has not been good enough so far in the summer split. But when we take a look at the LFL standings, we will see right now K-Corp is sitting at 8-7. They have a 53% win rate. They are currently tied for 4th. And hey, that's not so bad. Top 6 makes playoffs. That's kind of okay. They're doing all right. If they keep this up, they're going to get into playoffs, just like last split where, they ended up being the EU Masters champions after not having a super dominating spring split and not having a dominating spring playoffs either. K-Corp went 12-6, and they actually got second, but they did lose 6 games. They tied for second, and the 4th and 5th place team were just a single game behind them. Right now, they're obviously not on pace for 12-6. They are already 8-7, so they've already lost more games than they did last regular season. And some of the bad news is that they might lose even more. They have had a very, very easy strength of schedule relative to the other teams in the league so far. When you take a look at their last 3 games, they have played 15 games. There's 3 games that are going to wrap up the LFL season. It's an 18-game regular season. There's 10 teams. It's double round robin, just like, LCS, LEC, all that stuff. They have 3 games left. These 3 games are against Vitality B, Misfits Academy, and LDLC. And if we take a look at the standings right now, you will see Vitality B, 10-5. They're tied for second. Misfits, I think it was Misfits, right? Yeah, Misfits Academy, Misfits Premier, they are 8-7. Same record as K-Corp right now. And then obviously they play against LDLC, who is 14-1. Now, LDLC has already clinched the playoffs. They're 14-1. They're significantly ahead of everybody else in the league. Maybe they'll take it easy the last week. Maybe they'll go soft. I don't know. I can't imagine teams are ever really going to take it easy against K-Corp, especially just with, K-Corp is one of the bigger games of the season for a lot of these players and a lot of these teams and stuff. We'll have to see. But they play 3 very, very losable games. I mean, you got to think, they're coming off a loss to Team Solare, who is 5-10. They were 4-10 before they beat K-Corp. So the fact that they're losing to them means it's very, very possible and realistic that they could lose to Misfits. They could lose to Vitality B. They could lose to LDLC. And the crazy thing is, top 6 make playoffs. Team Go is 7-8. There is absolutely a world where with 3 games left in the split, if K-Corp drops all 3 of these games, which, as I said, I think it is possible, K-Corp, Rekkles, Cabo, the defending EU Masters champions, the defending 3-time EU Masters champions, could possibly miss the playoffs in the LFL. And that would be a huge disappointment because this team at their best can be really good. But like I said, they have a lot of inconsistent players. They are an inconsistent team overall. They are a very streaky team. At their best, this team is the best team in the ERLs. But throughout spring split and summer split, despite the fact that this team went on a crazy EU Masters run, this team has not been the best team in the LFL. This team has not been the best team in the ERLs. And like I said, they are absolutely at risk of missing the playoffs, which is really, really crazy. I did want to take a look at some of the stats for the LFL. I wanted to check in with Rekkles, kind of just give you guys an update of what he's been doing. He is right now sitting at a 4.9 KDA. He's got the low deaths. That's kind of always going to be a Rekkles thing. Low deaths, hopefully high DPM. Goal difference at 10. You never know with AD carries because obviously we saw Rekkles is playing a lot of Senna and stuff, but he is down 57 gold at 10 on average, kind of middle of the pack. Again, CSD, he's at 5.2, but hey, that's including, we just saw him play 2 Senna games where a lot of the times you're not going to be farming on Senna. But I did want to check in with the damage per minute as well, where he's at 612. So, despite the fact that K-Corp is not the best team and not winning a lot of games right now, Rekkles still has pretty good stats overall because, again, when you play on a good team, when you play on a team that's winning a lot of games, your stats are going to be boosted, your stats are going to be inflated. When you're on a team that's losing more, they're going to be, lower. When you're on a middle of the pack team, they're going to be more average middle. His stats are kind of average right now, but it's not like Rekkles he's not in, prime Rekkles MVP LEC form or anything like that, but it's not like he's been bad. Obviously K-Corp would like him to be better and probably needs him to be better if they want to go on some crazy run, but again, AD carry, I think it's the hardest position to really criticize people too much because it's such a scaling position, such a late game team fight position that the game has to be in a carryable state for an AD carry to do much, and I think that's where you can start to critique AD carries is in those close games, in those close team fights, in those big moments. And overall I think Rekkles has been fine, still one of the better AD carries in the ERLs for sure, still absolutely LEC level, could still absolutely help both LEC and LCS teams win, and at his best he is still probably an MVP caliber of player. We also had this last thing I want to talk about in this video. After K-Corp's event, 12K seats, KCX2, and LFL Day Spring 3K seats, LFL Day Summer 3.5K seats are going to be held this Thursday. Match of the week will be K-Corp versus Vitality B. That is this game here, Thursday, July 21st. That's tomorrow at 4 p.m. For my time, at least in the United States. Impressive stuff from both the team and the league and the teams. Interesting to note that all these events aren't held at the same place. Every event is in a different city, so fans from all over France easily get to attend. Also, 30 movie theaters from all over France will broadcast the games. Below some videos of the atmosphere during previous events. Obviously, KCX2, LFL days in the spring. But yes, LFL days in the summer are back, and this is really cool. This is exciting. Again, there's going to be 3,500 people in attendance for an LFL game. It's going to be crazy. K-Corp, Vitality B, Rekkles' walkout, all that stuff. I believe all the LFL teams are going to play, but K-Corp and Vitality is the last game of the day. They're saying, hey, we want to keep the French fans and the K-Corp fans there as long as possible. It's awesome. So sick. So cool what K-Corp has done individually as a team, but then also the LFL adding to this with these, road events, traveling events, all that stuff. And it's cool. It's awesome. I love to see it, but it also makes it suck for both the LEC and the LCS of like, hey, why are you guys not traveling around? Why are you guys not doing road events? Yes, obviously finals in the LEC and the LCS usually go somewhere cool, but like, why is the LFL able to go places for regular season games? Why do they have 3,500 people, showing up for regular season games, and KCX2 has 12,000 people showing up for regular season games? Do these big events. Make these things cool. Makes these things awesome. This is a marketing tool. Like KCX2, that blew up on Twitter. That blew up on Twitch. That blew up on Reddit. That blew up on YouTube. It blew up everywhere. That got eyeballs on K-Corp, on the LFL, on these teams. And the LEC and LCS should be doing more of this. Make this thing a spectacle. Go do it big. Go places. And also, like they say, fans from all over France are able to go because they're going to different cities. When the LCS is just in LA, when the LEC is just in Berlin, that is making it very, very hard for a large amount of your fans to have those super, super memorable in-person experiences where you really get to see what this thing looks like up close and personal and really enjoy the awesome event. Right now, in both the LEC and LCS, we're just hoping, the 2 times a year that it comes to a city near us or a city that we can reasonably or reliably get to or whatever. We should be going to more cities way more often. We should be doing big events. Right now, the LEC is having like 200 people in person at the studio. LCS has like 300 people in person, and that's it. That's not good enough. I love what the LFL is doing. Keep it up. And Riot, get your shit together. LEC, LCS, step it up. And K-Corp, step it up. Because again, like I said, the bad news is that, hey, it's very, very possible this team could not make playoffs, and then they won't even have a chance to defend that EU Masters title. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. If you drop a like if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked in this video today. Subscribe, save today, and all my latest content. Consider checking out the Discord. First link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.